Greetings. I'm going to start recording the things that I know. So I've been talking with my husband and I feel really uncomfortable about looking at myself in the face while I'm recording my videos, because I feel like I'm just recording them for myself, but there are some people that have been interested in what I'm saying, and I know quite a bit about the future, and I've been thinking, like for a long time, like what's the best thing to do? What am I here to do? What am I here for? And I can heal people. I've got credentials. I healed, my neighbour's leg was about to be amputated, and I came and I healed it, and he hasn't had to have it amputated. So it took a long time though, because it was already damaged. But that's personal and intimate, and it takes a lot of love. You have to hold a whole heap of love in your heart and be able to share it and push it into, the sick areas. And even just human touch is magical. The difference between, a good nurse and a bad nurse is the difference between a speedy recovery and a difficult and slow recovery. Yes, it's got something to do with the surgeon's technique, but if you're kind and gentle and the you actually care about patients, you get them their medicines on time, you don't wait for them to ask you, and fluff a fucking pillow. Like, seriously, be kind. These people are in bed for ages, they're alone, like, fluff their fucking pillows for them so they're comfy, give them an extra blanket. Do you need a blanket? They just want a little chat too, and it advances their healing exponentially. I saw a woman die within 12 hours of just disgusting talk from a doctor. She was happy and talking, her family were around, having lunch, laughing, just like you would be doing. And the doctor came and told her what he told her. She can't say, be some confidentiality thing probably. But yes, she was gone the next day. Her heart gave out. He broke her heart with his bedside manner. But so I know quite a bit about some things, and I am a multidimensional being. I do exist in different realities at any one time, and I do slip from one to another, forwards, backwards, up, down. And I sit on some pretty high extremes, so the laws of cause and effect, positive and negative like magnets, ebbs and flows. It's a natural thing that the universe does. It's like laws that are followed regardless. You can't have one without the other. So I'm pretty unwell. I would call myself palliative, because palliative means that there's nothing they can do for you. I don't want to talk about my illness at all. But I just want you to be aware that I'm in extreme amount of pain at all times. I take quite heavy medication, which is also confidential. To let me just even take this breath, like to, without the medication, to breathe, I couldn't do it. It's too painful. So I was like shallow breathing, which is not good for your diaphragm, to just, shallow breathe. And swallowing anything and eating anything, it was extremely painful, and usually makes me feel really sick, and I'm super sensitive to smells and tastes, and I can smell something and I know what it tastes like. I know from the smell what ingredients is in it or what it's made of, whether it's edible or not. I know by my smell. So if you'll just be kind on me, wherever you are in time and space, if you come by this way, if I say something that hurts you, I'm sorry, I don't mean to. It's my ignorance. And I'm learning and trying to not be ignorant. But I am. And I'm always going to think that I am. Because I never want to think that I know everything. And nothing is stagnant. Everything is constantly moving in a wave. And that's another thing I work with. I'm really on healing Mother Earth here, Gaia, and I'm big on you taking your shoes off and walking around on the grass. Feel the grass under your feet. Feel the pebbles under your feet. Like properly ground. Don't sit there. If you can go outside and sit on the ground, go sit on the ground. It's the steps that you take when you're generating a wave. Your thoughts is what creates it. Everything you think creates something. So when you're thinking, you're creating a wave. Be very careful what your talk is in your head. I'm so beaten up from myself, seriously. Really badly beat myself up. We can only do the best we can do with what we've got, with the knowledge we've got, the information, with our past perspectives. We do the best damn thing you can do in this moment based on what you've got, and trust in yourself that that's what you did. So in the future, when you become more aware of different things, be aware that you didn't have that knowledge then. You didn't have that perspective then. It's not your fault. Be kind to yourself. This is what learning is called. You got to fuck up sometimes, And sometimes you got to poke the bear. I usually piss people off. People will gravitate towards me because I emit a really high light energy of love, but because of the sickness, I go to really, really dark places. And I won't bring them, like I don't have to bring them up to change the energy of here. Will be transmitting light healing energies to you while you're watching this. If anybody comes by, I'm always going to infuse my magic on it. It's what I do. I'm generating waves. And I can transmute things. So if anybody has any trouble with spirits or bad juju or anything, just you worried about something, or just let me know, and I'll work with the energies and make it better for you. It's no problem. But most of the time I'm focusing on healing the earth herself, I will put my hands on her and pray to her and talk to her and sing to her. And heal her children, because she's so sad. And she's sad. Her children are sad. She's sad. She's very sad. You know, she's a sad mother, and I know what a sad mother is. So, as in with the laws of the positive and negative and the cause and the effect, and you can't have the yin without the yang, I resonate in the very dark places. There would be nothing you could tell me I would judge you upon, nor would I betray your confidentiality in any way, shape or form. It's not my place to judge you, it's my place to encourage you to be you, to express yourself in any way you feels good. And we just got to help lighten up the people, bring them up, because it's pretty dark down here. There's a lot of sorrow and a lot of suffering. So we gotta reach in there, and in their despair, we need to reach in there and grab their hand and let them know I'm here too. And I got you. Because I am you, and you are me. Anything you're capable of doing, I'm also capable of doing. From the darkest to the lightest. So I understand you, and I will not judge you. You are my friend, and you are my family, and you are me. So I'm going to try and make more videos and see if I can share my wisdom, things I know about, to help you to be able to, you know, really excel in the new world, because the world's changing. There's no getting away from it. It's never going to go back to the way it was. So we got to shape a really good one. We're building foundations right now. Foundations for the next generations. And the old foundations weren't even foundations. They were just a hole dug in the back. So we'll make it awesome. Awesome foundations. Foundations that will never be shaken. Can never be taken away. You know, and always remembering that we're not necessarily the smartest species on the planet. And there's a high possibility that there's higher intelligences than us. It's kind of egotistical of us to not realise that we're not the only intelligent beings around. There's thousands of others. And the sooner we build bridges and fill in gaps by sharing and talking and being kind and compassionate, the sooner we'll mend those and, live in a world where there is no division. There is no us and them. It's, a lot more respectful, a lot more higher, more enlightened, kinder, communicating from the heart. One of the things I wanted to share was, which I think is really important, is when you're communicating with another being, whether that's an animal, your dog, your cat, your bird, if you're talking to a wild animal, I help wild animals, and I've not been bitten, stung, hurt in any way. They know I'm trying to help them. You communicate, and humans of course, you communicate through because not all beings have voice boxes like we do. We're pretty like hardcore built. We're built for a bit of a bash around on this lovely planet, right? And there's other beings that aren't blatantly obvious to us, that are gentler than we are. And some of them don't have the same voice box or speak the same language that we speak. And if you think about how we're all connected, and I'm sorry about the trucks going by. If you think that we're all connected in some way, did I send a message to you to come here from my mind? Probably. Communication is not just words. We've got to really practice on our communicating. We've got to realise that we're being communicated to from a whole different perspective to our own, because other people, beings, whatever, don't have the same perspective you have. Everybody's different. We're like snowflakes. So, yes, we're all humans, but, or earthlings. Earthlings. That's a bit more inclusive. If you can use your mind to portray image, a feeling, a sensation, a smell, a sound, and you gather that in your head and send it to the being that you're communicating with. So instead of just talking about it, find that image, and send it to them, and the feelings with them, because that's how you're going to communicate with all other beings. Is once those beings come up to a level high enough to be able to, that we can have a chance of understanding each other, because you've got to realise that you're communicating through visions and smells and sounds and tastes and touches. So if you start adding those in to your conversations with other people and your intentions with animals and things, you'll find that your ability to connect with them goes up a lot higher, because they can sense your feelings. So if you've got to portray that, and sometimes it's quite difficult. Like my puppy likes to bark a lot, and he's been a really good word at the moment, and I appreciate it, but he does bark. And so I need to get a sense in me that, I'm cross with this. So he stops barking. But it's really hard to bring that energy down into myself to let him know no. And of course I do the same thing when I'm telling him something yes, because you got to know both things. It's easy to be excited about something or happy, send energy about something happy. It's harder to generate energy that's more negative. Yeah, I channel a lot of information, like literally like a satellite dish, and I just broadcast everywhere, and information comes through me and goes out to other people. So sometimes spirit might be giving you a message. I won't always remember. I have damage to my memory, so my short-term information doesn't work so well. Which damages from some medications I took when I first got sick for nausea, and they damaged my brain. So I got short-term memory. Because I'm smart, it kind of seems like I remember things, but I know I forget things. So, you know, I'm probably not going to remember what, if you're going to pick at something, I might, or you know, you've got a specific thing I won't remember necessarily, but I'll tell you what I know. And I think this is a good thing because, you know, I can't lie then. You know, I have to do the best I can do with the information I've got, right? So, you know, I've got to trust myself to tell the truth because I won't remember what I said or did. So I need to act, do, speak carefully and gently, you know, because we're working with waves. And how high up you go, you can also go down. You just need to learn to, you know, flow with it. You know, like a heartbeat. Okay. Love and blessings. Namaste. I'm holding my phone. I got a camera. I just need to get a tripod and maybe a microphone, and then maybe I'll, you know, try to work on more technology. But I'm a little bit technology allergic. So, peace. Thank you.